Hi, and welcome to Discover Oklahoma. I'm Lauren Nelson.
And I'm Dean O'Lally. Our destination for today's show is the Chisholm Trail Museum in Kingfisher.
And it's an exciting time here at the museum as they celebrate the 150th anniversary of this famed cattle trail. The largest exhibit ever constructed at this museum is now on display, detailing the Chisholm Trail through the Indian Territory. The exhibit tells the story of geographic obstacles like the Cimarron River, showcases the Red Fork Ranch, and gives visitors a look at large chuck wagon scenes. We'll show you around throughout the show.
But first, we're going to head over to the other side of the state, so to speak.
And we're talking up in the trees. We're going high in the sky this time.
That's right. A trip to Calico Heights in southeastern Oklahoma, just outside of Stigler, is like no other. Strolling through the silent woods by Lake Eufaula and carefully surveying your surroundings, you realize just what a peaceful, relaxing area this is, and the perfect location where Deb and Justin Perry have built some beautiful cabins. They saw a need for rental units for small families and couples here.
There's very few places other than a hotel for two people, so we've seen that need, and for small families as well. So we've tried to accommodate the size, the amenities, everything that would make a family comfortable, or couples. So it's a good retreat for both of those groups.
They have 4 cabins and a 5th one is almost ready.
We've got 2 units that is for 2 people only. They've got garden tubs, fireplaces, and they're 480 square feet. We've got 2 other units. One is will sleep 6. That one is 780 square feet. And then we've just finished the 2-bedroom, and that will sleep 6 as well. Again, those have fireplaces, and all of them have just a spectacular view of the lake.
And that incredible view is certainly one of the top amenities to staying here, but there is another important element.
The view and the privacy. It's a gated entrance, and a lot of people from the city come just to get away from the city. So it's very quiet, a lot of nature, and just relaxing.
And again, how can you not relax with a wonderful view of the lake?
Each one has a deck that overlooks the lake. They all face the same direction. You get a spectacular sunset. So outside is just as peaceful as inside, if not more. A lot of wildlife here. We're on 12 acres, so there's deer, there's turkey, bald eagles, you name it. So a lot different than the city life.
All the cabins are fully furnished, from furniture, linens, cookware, and grills. All you have to bring is food, beverages, and personal items.
We provide firewood for outside. Each of them have their own outside campfire area. We provide all the propane. We have a walking trail on site. Currently it's half a mile, and I'm going to extend it. So we've got that. We've got a horseshoe pit area, so plenty of things to do.
Deb and her husband Justin have done everything themselves over the last few years. They've repurposed many things. They've even cut their own wood. They've even repurposed some sheet metal from a barn that had been hit by a tornado years ago. They have also worked hard to make sure your stay here is wonderful.
And so we've got boat parking on site. So if they bring a boat, we've got parking available for your boats. For fishermen, we've got electric hookups outside so they can hook their batteries up at night. We've had fishermen stay. We offer a park pass in each unit that gets you into the local boat ramps and the swim beach. Whenever they arrive, they just show up with their personal belongings and let themselves in. I don't need to meet them. We live within 5 minutes of here, so if there's any issues or they need anything, I'm real close. However, I won't be knocking on your door or hounding, but I'm here if you need me.
We all have that need to get away, to relax, to live in communion with the natural world. And Calico Heights is a fun, cozy, deluxe, rustic getaway, an excellent place to recharge your batteries.
This time of year is perfect to get outdoors and explore, and we have just the guide to help you do that. The 2017 Oklahoma Outdoor Guide. You can get a free copy sent right to your front door. Just head to our website, travelok.com, and click where it says Request Free Brochures.
All right, from sleeping up in the mountains and the trees to shopping among the roses, the Rose District, that is.
A shop in Broken Arrow is making quite a buzz. Julie Chin shows us the unique things that we can find at American Hatfield.
Everything in this store is pretty much something that I love personally.
Take a look around American Hatfield, and it's clear. Owner Kyle Hatfield loves Oklahoma, the great outdoors, and a good treasure hunt.
One of my big joys in life is stopping in these small towns and going to the antique stores or flea markets and just trying to find cool, authentic pieces that have character.
Vintage finds, Oklahoma crafts, and Made in America products make up the hundreds of unique things sold in this Broken Arrow boutique.
This one came from OSU in 1975. The story that I got was it was in their chemistry lab. And that piece takes at least 5 men to move. And it's just really cool. It's got all the cubbies, it's got the original glass on top.
Here you'll find a mix of old and new, much of it geared toward men, but the ladies love it too.
It's cabin, it's man stuff, it's plaids, it's blankets, it's really neat old rugs. It just brings you in and you want to stay. It's beautiful.
It's kind of a man cave kind of feel. And there's brands here that normally you wouldn't be able to find in a brick and mortar, like Woolrich blankets. I've gotten some of those here. He's got Red Wing boots, Levi's, so there's brands here that you can't find in Broken Arrow.
I really tried to create an atmosphere here. We have music going, candles lit, we've got the fire going outside. We just want to make this a really inviting place to come into.
At American Hatfield, you're greeted by a friendly staff and Thomas, the buffalo behind the register. He's a crowd favorite. Clothing, candles, and soap are pretty popular here too.
We try to keep this place new and fresh and try to have different items in here. A lot of our stuff is limited, so when we sell out, we move on to something else.
I get candles, shirts, flannels. I've purchased a couple of old antique doors that I've taken home and had mounted like barn doors on an opening that I have, and I've got an old lamp. I've just purchased, a range of things. Coffee mugs, soap.
This is my go-to store, especially with men in my life, because they're so hard to shop for, and every single thing that I've ever bought for my dad, for my brother-in-law, for my husband, they love it.
And customers aren't the only big fans of American Hatfield. A national publication ranked this store among the top 25 vintage stores in America.
It's definitely worth a trip to come down to Broken Arrow. There's a lot of great things going on down here. If you haven't been into our shop, I recommend at least coming in, having a cup of coffee, and taking a look for yourself.
You come in and it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I hear people and I see them texting, come in here, you've got to see this. This is the best place.
Every single person that comes and visits me in Oklahoma, I bring them to the store as a tourist attraction. It's fun. They love it. They buy a t-shirt. We always buy a t-shirt, buy a candle. It's neat.
In Broken Arrow, I'm Julie Chin, discovering Oklahoma.
American Hatfield is at 210 South Main Street in Broken Arrow. They're closed on Mondays, but open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday until 4 p.m. on Sundays. You can also shop online at their website, AmericanHatfield.com.
Coming up on Discover Oklahoma.
So they're part of our heritage. They're really kind of the place that this museum began.
The unique art collection that calls Oklahoma City home.
It's kind of a hidden jewel. We come here a few times a week.
And the pit stop you've just got to make if you're passing through Ardmore.
We immigrated from Germany in 1974 with the hopes of one day, maybe, open a German restaurant.
And the dream that became reality right here in the Sooner State. It's all coming up right here on Discover Oklahoma. Great travel tips anytime, like Discover Oklahoma on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma. We're taking a look around the exhibit celebrating 150 years of the Chisholm Trail at where else but the Chisholm Trail Museum in Kingfisher. Oklahoma is so fortunate to have so many incredible museums across our great state.
Absolutely, and an exhibit at the Oklahoma City Museum of Art details the push to get Americans back to work during the Great Depression. Darren Brown has the story.
they're very historic in their value, and it's a really historic and continually important period that these represent.
When President Franklin Delano Roosevelt unveiled his New Deal back in 1935, he created the Works Progress Administration to help put the nation back to work. But it wasn't only about building roads, buildings, and bridges.
So the federal government at the time, people didn't have much at all during the Depression, so and artists especially, there was no money for art. So the federal government really paid artists to produce art throughout the period, whether that's the murals that people know from banks or a lot of other infrastructural projects, or actually easel paintings. So that's what we see on view here, 28 works by 26 different artists.
2 of the artists are actually from Oklahoma, including A.C. Blue Eagle, a Muskogee Creek painter born the same year Oklahoma became a state. Female artists are featured here, along with a number of paintings from Russian immigrants. These paintings are all snapshots of mid-America life back in the 1930s, snapshots that could have been taken right here in Oklahoma.
So there are works that depict bridges, so construction, the sort of things that they built during the New Deal. There are a lot of presentations of labor in various forms, and a lot of it is very bucolic. So I mean, there's a sense that the things that the WPA is supporting otherwise are good and positive for the people. What's interesting and fascinating when we were researching this, we assumed that certainly these would have been displayed together here at the museum, in the not too recent past. We can't find a time necessarily that they've all been displayed together. So this is the 75th anniversary. It may be decades since they have all been on view, if that's ever happened actually, since the time of the Art Center.
Having all these paintings on display at the same time is a tribute not only to the artists who created them, but to the vision of the Oklahoma City Museum of Art and its founders. These New Deal paintings, gifted from the federal government, have always been the museum's building blocks.
And they gave this group of works, the 28 works, to the city of Oklahoma City with the condition that when an art museum would be incorporated, which happened 3 years later in 1945, they'd become part of that collection. So they're really the basis for the permanent collection at the Oklahoma City Museum of Art. So they're part of our heritage. They're really kind of the place that this museum began. And of course, they're very much connected to our collective history.
In downtown Oklahoma City, discovering Oklahoma, I'm Darren Brown.
The complete WPA collection will be on display at the Oklahoma City Museum of Art until July 2nd.
Up next on Discover Oklahoma.
This actually used to be our CrossFit gym. So we redid the whole thing, insulated it.
Goodbye CrossFit, hello coffee, the story behind this little coffee house in southern Oklahoma.
We still have people here every week that were here in the first month that we were open.
Plus, when the customers keep coming back, you know the food is good. We're headed out to dinner a little bit later right here on Discover Oklahoma.
Open 7 days a week, 365 days a year, Oklahoma's great state parks are stocked with summertime adventures. Suit up and cool off in a lake or river. Hike the trails, dig for treasures, or play around on our unique courses. On weekdays, you can stay and play starting at $75. You get 1 night of lodging, a round of golf, and a sleeve of golf balls. Get package details at travelok.com/spdeals and come see for yourself.
Oklahoma Today magazine brings you stunning photography and authentic award-winning stories of home from Oklahoma. The only magazine that covers the entire state, Oklahoma Today showcases what we love about Oklahoma, bringing to you the very best of its people, places, culture, history, and of course, its legendary food. This holiday season, give the gift of Oklahoma Today to family and friends for just $14.95. Visit tvoffer.oklahomatoday.com.
The Rhythm and Roots Music Trail is your front row seat to excitement. Hit the road to explore rock, blues, country, all of Oklahoma's rich music heritage. Order your free guide at travelok.com.
Here's another look around the largest exhibit ever constructed at the Chisholm Trail Museum in Kingfisher. This one celebrates the museum's namesake, the 150th anniversary of the Chisholm Trail. And you know something they needed a lot of around the chuck wagon, something I need desperately every morning? Coffee.
It is still true today, Dino.
Right, that's right.
But we have a lot more fun getting that cup of joe, I think, today.
Absolutely, yeah.
But Lisa Ann Anderson takes us to a place in Ardmore, and she's going to show us how they're brewing it down there.
Drive Main Street Ardmore and pay close attention. What might look just like an average metal building with big garage doors is actually a little piece of heaven for coffee connoisseurs.
It's kind of a hidden jewel. We come here a few times a week for coffee in the mornings, place to get together and just relax before you get your day started.
On this day, we met Aaron Steele and his group of friends eating lunch at the Bearded Dog.
I got a ham and chicken panini and a hot tea.
They both said the food is outstanding too. But even the breakfast scones and parfaits on the menu early in the mornings and their specialty sandwiches and wraps at lunch, they're good, but their main business is coffee, and lots of it.
We just sat down and we were just kind of like, we could do this back home because we love going to the city. I love New York. I grew up in St. Louis, but bring city to home, I guess.
Meet Laura Sasser. She and her husband Jason said they got the idea for this rustic yet industrial type coffee shop when they were getting married in Nashville. They brought the idea home to this old downtown building they were already using.
This actually used to be our CrossFit gym. So we redid the whole thing, insulated it. These were just solid garage doors. We put the windows in for added light. It's just beautiful when you open up the garage doors.
So that explains the building, but wait till you taste the unique coffees. From the Bulldog with chai tea and a shot of espresso to the Schnauzer on the rocks with caramel, milk, and espresso. Even the English Setter, which is an English tea, latte with vanilla and cinnamon. They can make just about anything. So one of the unique things at the Bearded Dog, of course, you can come in and you can get your chai lattes or your espressos, but you can also get what's called the Chem X. They literally make coffee in a beaker. Takes 4 or 5 minutes, but I'm told it's amazing. Hope I'm doing this right. From the coffees to the sandwiches, did we mention the chips? Folks, these are not your regular Ruffles.
Chips were good. They were different. They're kind of like I guess they call them a house chip. It was good. It's not your average chip.
Jenny, our cook back there, she makes a house sauce and then she kind of decides, hey, this meat would be good with that, and then makes the sandwiches. Some of them stay the same, but usually every week or two we try to change it up, and then we do a house chip, and then she kind of changes the flavorings with that, and then we usually offer either a fruit salad or a lettuce salad as a side.
And the regular customers love it.
It's got a cute little atmosphere. There's like some board games and stuff just to hang out, and they host events like shopping parties and fights that they watch on the television and stuff like that. So there's usually events that you can find on the Facebook page that are here as well.
And coming soon, daily special posts on the Bearded Dog Facebook page, some with discounts you can cash in on. So if you're passing through Ardmore, just let the craving for a unique coffee lead you to historic downtown. Just look for the big garage doors and the happy customers. Discovering Oklahoma at the Bearded Dog Coffee Shop in my hometown of Ardmore, I'm Lisa Ann Anderson.
No matter where your next road trip takes you, the Discover Oklahoma Dining Guide will help you find a great place to eat or grab a cup of coffee. Just log on to our website, travelok.com, and click Request Free Brochures to get your copy.
Up next on Discover Oklahoma.
I'm a bratwurst kind of guy, and a bratwurst here is always good.
From hot brats to old school food, the friendly faces that make this diner feel like family, coming up when Discover Oklahoma continues.
The Oklahoma Travel Guide is filled with festive events and iconic attractions, outdoor wonders, and the hottest places to eat and stay. It's the perfect roadmap to unforgettable adventures. Order your free Oklahoma Travel Guide today at travelok.com.
Open 7 days a week, 365 days a year, Oklahoma's great state parks are stocked with summertime adventures. Suit up and cool off in a lake or river. Hike the trails, dig for treasures, tour the caverns, or settle in under the stars. Book your stay at a cozy state park cabin or lodge. Check in Sunday or Monday and get your 4th night absolutely free. Get all the details at travelok.com/spdeals and come see for yourself.
Map out your next adventure in the Oklahoma Outdoor Guide. Discover amazing natural treasures, cozy campsites, cabins and lodges, unforgettable activities, and more. It's all in the free Oklahoma Outdoor Guide. Get yours at travelok.com.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain,
and the waving wheat can sure smell sweet when the wind comes right behind the rain.
Oklahoma every night, my honey lamb and I
sit alone and talk
and watch a hawk
making lazy circles in the sky. We know we belong
to the land,
and the land we belong to is grand. And when we say,
we're only saying you're doing fine.
Oklahoma,
Oklahoma,
hey, Oklahoma, okay.
Oklahoma, come see for yourself.
You forgot the honey lamb?
For the guys working the Chisholm Trail, life was all about being on the move.
And sooner or later, some folks stayed in Oklahoma, like this one family who immigrated here in the 70s.
And as Tiffany Tatro tells us, has been cooking great food ever since.
We immigrated from Germany in 1974 with the hopes of one day, maybe, open a German restaurant.
That dream came true in 1976 when the Turk family opened Old Germany in Choctaw.
That original building was a hamburger place, and we served things like burrito platters, hamburgers, hot dogs, barbecue beef sandwiches, oh, and one German dish, Wiener Schnitzel.
The menu has changed through the years, now serving only authentic German cuisine, but the family behind the restaurant is still the same.
My mom, my sister, myself are still involved in the business every day.
Old Germany prides itself on serving fresh, delicious German food, like the butcher's platter with a smoked pork chop, 2 different brats, and sauerkraut, or the delicious rump steak with onions, and restaurant favorite, schnitzel with mushroom and cream sauce.
It's a pork loin slices that are seasoned, breaded, and pan-fried, and then we make this heavy cream-based sauce with fresh cut mushrooms. Everything we cut up is fresh, so this sauce is just immaculate in flavor.
The atmosphere of Old Germany will have you feeling like you're in Germany. The staff wears traditional German dirndls, and you have the choice to dine in the front of the restaurant or reserve a spot in the wine cellar.
It's rock on the walls and on the ceilings where people feel like they're in a Rheingau wine region, right along the Rhine where we came from, wine cellar that's maybe 500 years old, 600 years old.
If you don't have time for a full sit-down dinner in the restaurant, you can hop into Turk's Tavern for a quick bite.
The German sports bar is connected to the restaurant. It has TVs, shuffleboard, a fully stocked bar, and of course, German snacks, like a schnitzel sandwich, German nachos, or hog wings.
The hog wings, which are like little mini ham hocks, and they're just delicious. And for somebody just at the end of the evening, if they just want to have a glass of wine or a beer and have some little snack, that works out great.
Old Germany draws in folks from all over the state, but also has its set of regulars.
We still have people here every week that were here in the first month that we were open.
Folks keep coming back for different reasons.
I love Old Germany because it's a family place. I can bring my baby and they don't mind. We've been coming here for my whole life, so years. The owners always come say hi and ask how we're doing. They remember us all, you know. It's just very family oriented.
I'm a bratwurst kind of guy, and the bratwurst here is always good. So, and I like the cabbage and the whole, you know, everything they have is always good. The service is great, and the prices are good, and it's just an enjoyable atmosphere.
So whether you're looking for the full German experience in the restaurant or just a quick snack in the bar, Old Germany promises delicious food and an atmosphere you won't find anywhere else.
Well, I have a word for it. It's called Gemütlichkeit. Gemütlichkeit stands for about 6 different words combined, meaning happiness, coziness, friendliness, just all around well-being and fun.
In Choctaw, Tiffany Tatro, Discover Oklahoma.
Old Germany is located in Choctaw on Southeast 29th Street. A heads up, they are closed on Sundays and Mondays. Tuesday through Saturday, they are open 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then again from 5 to 9 p.m.
A huge thank you to the folks here at the Chisholm Trail Museum in Kingfisher for hosting us this week. You'll find the museum at 605 Zellers Avenue in Kingfisher. They're open Tuesday through Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The 150th anniversary of the Chisholm Trail is being celebrated all year long, and this exhibit is definitely one you'll want to share with your family and friends.
And coming up next Saturday on Discover Oklahoma, the big buzz about Oklahoma honey. We're headed to a shop that is selling the sweet stuff almost faster than the bees can fly.
And a leather maker like no other. The unique creations he's crafting in northeastern Oklahoma. It's all coming up next Saturday night, right here on Discover Oklahoma.
So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma.